Welcome to another video, and today we are working on our garden and we are so excited to actually get started on this garden. If you followed along last year for our garden, we had it over by our shop, and this year we are completely moving our garden to the other side of our property. So that is a big deal we're doing. And we also have built a greenhouse, and this is it right here. My mother-in-law gave me a greenhouse for Christmas this year, and I'm so excited. I have been wanting a greenhouse for years and years. Even when we were in Ohio and we did a garden, I've always wanted a greenhouse in Ohio. And it's just something small. It's perfect size to get started in because, again, I have no experience with a greenhouse, and eventually we want to build a way bigger one, but this is going to be a good little start to figure out the whole greenhouse thing, and we are so excited to be able to start things in it this year. But we are going to be building raised beds right now, and I'm going to show you that process. We are doing 2 wooden beds. We spent about $470 on these 2 wooden beds, which I think is absolutely crazy, but lumber is very expensive. We actually went to a local sawmill down here and got this lumber. We wanted to do cedar, but we realized very quickly that cedar was outside of our price range, and we went with hemlock, which is something that they suggested people do instead of cedar. So we will let you know eventually like how well it holds up, what we think of it. Let's get to building some raised beds. Here's our house right here, and this is where our garden is going to be. Obviously, here's the greenhouse. These flags right here is where we're going to put the raised beds. We might change the configuration a little bit. We were going to do 2 raised beds here and 2 raised beds over here, I believe. But now that we're just doing 2 wooden ones at the moment, we haven't quite figured out. We might change it up a little bit, maybe put one here, one there. We might put them both over here. We're not really sure yet, so stay tuned for the actual layout of the garden. But last year, our garden was way on the other side of our property, on the other side of a shop, and it just didn't work out very well for us. So we are moving it closer to the home. We're just going to incorporate our garden into our backyard / side yard right here. We are going to put some stuff in the ground this year. We're not exactly sure, but I know we're going to do squash in the ground and watermelon in the ground. And then obviously put stuff in some raised beds, and then hoping to start some seedlings in that greenhouse. So we'll see. This is the hemlock wood that we have from the sawmill that we've been cutting, and this is kind of the dimensions that we need. So we will be getting ready to assemble them. wall number 2. Here's one bed put together. We need to put some more braces and stuff inside, and we also need to get some longer screws because, as you can see, we may do with the screws that we had, but we're going to put some longer ones in it as well. But this is what it currently looks like. One box. I would say complete, but not completely complete, but we at least have a shape of a box. So it is square. The beds are completely finished for now. We are going to figure out what we're doing. My husband got them level. Not sure what we're going to do around the bottom yet. If we're going to put another board under there or if we're just going to build the ground up because this ground slopes like that. So we're just trying to figure out the layout of our garden and whether we want to add another board or if we just want to add ground. So that part is not finished, but the actual building of the beds is. We may, when we start adding dirt, we may put some braces right here. We just are honestly out of screws today, so that's why we didn't do any of that. So here's one, and then this is the greenhouse. This is the layout we decided to go with. And so the greenhouse is there. We got one bed there and one bed here. And the same thing for this one. Again, we have it kind of leveled. The top is level. We just have to decide what we're doing down here yet, where the ground slopes. And again, there's no side pieces because we barely had enough screws. So that is what our current setup looks like. Again, we are going to stop here for today because we don't have really any dirt or anything to put in here yet. And it's still going to get cold. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow. So just starting to take advantage of these nice warm days and get some stuff done and getting our garden planned out for the year. These beds, because I know I'm going to get some questions, are roughly 4x8 beds. Again, we use the local sawmill. Some of these boards are different thicknesses, as you can see here. Like this one's thinner than this one. This is our first time doing raised beds. We didn't really care too much of what, aesthetic pleasing, how they look. So that right there doesn't bother me. I feel like it adds character. So, you decide on, you know, how picky and detailed you want to get. We got local sawmill boards because they were cheaper than buying store wood at the store. And in doing that, not everything's going to be perfect. And we are okay with that. So, again, this is our first time building beds. Roughly 4x8s. That's kind of what we decided worked best for us at the moment. These are roughly, because height-wise, people might ask me that. These are roughly 18 to 20 inches. Again, give or take, not precise measurements here. You basically just have to figure out what layout you want and what size boxes or what size raised beds you want and just kind of go from there. That's kind of what we did, and this is our end result. So one right here and one right here. But that is all I have for you guys today. Again, we built the raised beds, kind of showed you the greenhouse we put up. And if you have any other questions on how we did these raised beds or just any other garden questions in general, drop them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.